Hi, I wanted to share a recipe before I forget what's in it. Thad is constantly creating the most fabulous soups and dishes, and he knows that I don't particularly love sweet potatoes, but he likes them. They are pretty nutrient. Hi, excuse my mess. I'm back again. This is the second time. Um, so being that I told Thad I really want to do less meat and more vegetables on just a constant, more consistent basis, except at breakfast. I like having the omelet. Hi. Well, hi, Mary. Happy Tuesday. So I wanted to get this recorded, and for some reason it was still uploading the last live I did. And Thad didn't know that I didn't know he had something in the crock pot. You did? That's awesome. I didn't know he had something in the crock pot. He didn't know I had ate dinner. But this I'm gonna eat more because this is fantastic. My dinner was really crappy compared to this. I just had some broccoli with a slice of cheese because I was being lazy. So um, but he made this wonderful dinner, so I have to tell you what's in it before I forget. Okay, so we had beef broth from a previous meal, and it was like an au jus. It was very rich, and it had kept. We had reheated the beef in it, and so it had the grease, or whatever you want to call it, the fat. So there is no beef in this. This is just the beef stock or the broth or the au jus or whatever you want to call that he put back because it was so good. It was almost like a beef gravy. And so, but a thin one. So he used that as a base, and he put sweet potatoes, carrots, onions, celery, spinach, and sweet peppers in it with garlic and a little Italian seasoning. And that's so easy. Oh, and tomatoes. And I can't tell you how good this tastes. I don't know what the secret is, but it's amazing, and he makes the most amazing soups, and we don't have names for them. So later I'll go back to him and say, "Hey, make that soup again that you made." And he'll go, "What? The blah blah blah." And I'll be like, "I don't know what was in it." And he says, "I don't remember. I can't make it again because I don't remember what's in it." So constantly we have these crazy soups. He made sweet potato leek soup one time that was the most amazing soup I'd ever had in my life, and we have been able to recreate that one. But this is kind of our paleo plan. I do want to cut down on the meat and do more vegetables. So soup kind of seems to be the answer for us. And it is, yeah, it is. This is an amazing soup. So I'm thrilled. Lisa Sue said she found the paper. She said she didn't want to ruin the surprise, but that she didn't want you to buy it, like keep searching if you were getting flustered not finding it. That's what I told him when I tasted this. I said, "You have to write this down. Tell me what's in it right now before you forget." Because so many times he makes these wonderful soups and stews and things, and then he doesn't remember what he put in them because he just starts throwing stuff in. So I have no specific measurements, but he said he cut up an onion and a few stalks of celery and a few carrots and a couple tomatoes and a couple small pepper. He didn't have a whole lot of the sweet peppers. And then, the spinach, he's not going to measure spinach because it's a handful. And don't try to grow your own spinach, because let me tell you what happens when you grow spinach. When it comes up and it's luscious and thick and green, and you're going to go harvest it, and you come inside with bushel after bushel of spinach, and and you wash it. You go to, you wash all the dirt off it and you start to cook it down. And let me tell you what happens. You know what happens? You can bring in 3 clothes baskets full of spinach and they cook down into 2 servings. Yeah. So unless you're going to grow a field full of spinach, yeah, buy it. It's just not worth it. Just not. There is no beans in it. The whole debate whether beans are paleo or not is still going on. We are not doing like a super strict paleo, but we are trying to kind of stick to some of the guidelines. So we haven't cut beans out per se, because I still do the taco salads a lot and I like beans in those. But we haven't just done like ham and beans or anything just bean based specific, but we are doing more hummus and garbanzo beans. So I guess I do love beans too. I guess we are doing just as many beans as before, really, when I think of it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, really. Oh, cornbread, Carrie. I tell you what, I can whip up some cornbread. I tell you what. And then you got to have some fried potatoes with onions. And you got to have some spinach. Yeah, I go a little bit overboard. He didn't tell me how much garlic he put in this, but I think that the secret to this soup being so, like, tasting so hearty and being so good, I think, is the fact that it's made with that beef stock, that where we had already cooked the beef and then reheated it in the same and kept the drippings. And so, yeah, I think that that's really what made this good. Dad's a better cook than me. I'm not a sweet potato fan. You know what? Thad started doing this to get me to eat sweet potatoes because he loves sweet potatoes and he thinks they're nutrient dense and that they're allowed on our diet. And he knows I love potatoes. So he started ordering like sweet potato fries years ago when we went out. And I'm like, that's gross. Like, those fries are gross. And he loves them. And so, yeah. And you know what? We do sometimes, Denise. We buy soup bones from there's a place we go to that has grass fed meat, local grass fed beef. And we can get like hamburger and steaks, but it's a lot more expensive. So we don't always go there, but you can buy a soup bone for, I think it's like $3. And so the ones we use for soup, of course, we cook, and then the other ones we give them to the dog. The uncooked ones we give to the dog. So we always buy like one or two for him and one or two for us, but they're nice to keep in the freezer. And so on a really hot day, I'll throw him one of those bones out, and boy, he'll carry that thing around all day and keep it near him. And if he sees somebody in the street, he'll grab his bone, go over, drop it by the gate, bark at him, pick it back up and bring it back over. Organic. That's like a sniglet. You made a sniglet. Remember Saturday Night Live? Oh, you retracted it. It's like a bone organic. Organic. That's amazing too. And that doesn't overcook anything, so all this is still crunchy because he put the carrots in first to let them kind of soften up, but then everything else is really, really fresh and still has a tiny bit of crunch. Dad's on vacation this week, so. Oh, these are red onions. Yeah. He must have used red onions. Either that or they sucked up the color. I don't know what that purple is. Can you see it? Kind of purpley. Yeah, that looks like a red onion. I think. Oh my God, that's so good. I wonder how much of this he made. Unfortunate. Why it's unfortunate? My English teacher just rolled over in her grave. Why is it unfortunate? Fed beef is expensive at Whole Foods, 160 a week for 2 week, 2 cents. He smokes his, he buys, whatever. I'm trying to cut back on the meat right now. I really want to focus on the vegetables. We kind of got off our diet. Dad's on vacation this week, so I told him we could be more lax if he wants to have a beer here or there or whatever, but we need to kind of not go to the extreme opposite because my son's birthdays are coming up. My younger son wants a cake. My older son did not he's not a sweets eater, so we can avoid that on his birthday. And he eats paleo anyway. He's pretty much like, he doesn't eat a lot of meat. He's mostly vegetarian, or maybe that's vegan. I guess if you eat eggs, he's not a big egg fan. I don't know. He's weird about his diet, which is why he's extremely healthy and very skinny, is because he does avoid certain things. Back to adulting. Wah, wah, wah. Cheesecake. That sounds good. You know what? He does love cheesecake. I say he doesn't like sweets, but he does like cheesecake. So I might buy him one of those little, you know how they sell those little individual slices? I might buy one of those and see if he wants to have a nip or two of that. He doesn't usually eat a whole piece of anything. And I can't with that. That's kind of rich for me. But I'm a brownie girl. That's why I don't make brownies. If I bake a pan of brownies, I will eat the whole thing, like the whole entire pan, because I have no self-control with brownies. Paleo is out the window on your birthday. You should. On your birthday, you should have whatever you want. You know what I do every year? I make myself sick. I'm not kidding you. I love Big Macs, and I know what's in McDonald's food, and I avoid it at all costs when possible. But, you know, every year on my birthday, I still go have a Big Mac. And it might be like the day before, the day after. It's whenever. It's on my day off. But I will every year have a Big Mac and French fries because I love them, and I don't know why I can't just be done with them. I said after I turned 50, I'm not buying Big Macs no more, but I still go on my birthday. When I turned 51, I went and had a Big Mac. And it was delicious. I loved it. I don't think I chewed it. I pretty much just shoved I split my lip. Yeah. Because I just shoved that whole thing in my mouth. They are. They are addicting. You can't get a Happy Meal with a Big Mac. So I would like to get the child size fries with my Big Mac. That's what I should do. I should buy like a Happy Meal and a Big Mac, just the Big Mac. And then that way I don't eat all the fries. They're insanely good. So I don't know what to call this soup. What do you guys think we should call this soup? I'm going to start writing these down. I put what? I put the fagioli or however you say that. But that's an Italian. That's got pasta in it and usually sausage, and it's not the same. This is beef. There's no pasta. It's all veggies, but that's all I could think of. I haven't had McDonald's fries since my birthday. I did have other fries. I had Chick-fil-A fries, those waffle fries. Oh yeah. Call it kitchen sink. You don't like them? Oh, I love those, Carrie. They're like, they're so like, I don't know why. I don't know why. They're not like, I just get a craving for them every once in a while. They're not like McDonald's fries for sure. Because the texture is a little bit soft, like mushier. I get sick of being in the car too, but I get car sick, so I'm not a great traveler. We already got a Thad's vegetable soup. He's got a classic vegetable soup. He's got a minestrone. So, yeah, this needs to be like vegetable, maybe vegetable beef. Maybe we could call it vegetable beef. I wonder if he puts beef stock in the other vegetable soup he makes. I don't know. You're about an hour and a half from home. That's not bad. Jinx, Carrie, you owe me a pop. I don't even drink pop. We have an air fryer. Don't buy the one I have. I'll go in there and look and text you which one it is. But you know what? Denise, if you're going to buy an air fryer, I just keep seeing this commercial. Emerald Lagasse put out this one that's like, it does all this stuff. And I keep seeing this commercial, but that one machine could replace like 3 of my machines. And so I'm thinking I might look into that. And it's an air fryer and it has a rotisserie option where you can do like a rotisserie chicken or whatever. And it's got, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's probably really super expensive since it just hit the market. But I bet if I wait a while, I could probably get it pretty cheap. But my air fryer works good, but it's terrible the way the setup I don't like. And the hot air blows out the back, so you have to be really careful to pull it out. That was sweet of your son. I am working tonight. In fact, I have to go get in the shower shortly. I'm going to have a terrible time because I ate already and now I'm eating again. So I'm going to be like overtly full. I'm going to go find my fat scrubs and put those on. I lost enough weight that I went down in a pant size, and I don't have any pants that size. So I either have my pants are really, really snug or they're really, really loose. And apparently I got fat real quick. So I don't want to buy any in-between size pants. Oh, Lisa, yeah, stop and eat. That'll help. It always helps me to stop and eat. And I don't know if it's the stopping part or the eating part, but usually on the road, if I get something that's a little fattier, then it takes longer to digest the fat, right? And so I think that settles my stomach down longer. Have you thought about driving, Lisa? You driving and let Robert ride for a while? Because a lot of times that helps me. Like Carrie said, if you're driving, it's different than when you're riding. Also, Lisa, you know, if I look at my phone at all when I'm in the car, if I look down too much, it makes me sick. And that's because, you know, your eyes see something still, but your equilibrium feels you moving. So if you're looking up, that helps. If you're looking up at out the window. I knew you'd like that. No, it really does help because something sugary, Chinese food or whatever is gone quicker, I think, and then that'll just make you thirsty because of the salt, and then you'll have to stop and pee all the time. But something that's a little fattier will, yeah, it'll. I don't know what these things keep popping up. I cannot see this chat now. What is this? Yeah, the ones that's happening because every time I look down to read the comments, I want to throw up. What is going on? That's so weird. Yeah, stop looking at the comments, Lisa. Just yeah, just look out the window, girl. I can't look at my phone, and when I'm driving, I don't look at my phone anyway because I'm always, trying to pay attention to the road. Oh, yeah. Carrie, I can't even look at a map. Remember the old days when we had to actually look at maps and not use GPS? Boy, you pull a map out and look down for a minute, and I'm like, oh, Lord. But I am going to get off here, go shower. I washed my hair yesterday and went to work with it wet, so I'm not washing my hair tonight because I was freezing last night. I was freezing cold. And it's so hot here and so humid, it makes you sick to go outside. I did not go outside. That's men for you. You know, they say all men are like that. Hey, look, there was pasta in this soup. I mean, just the word, not actual pasta. As seen on TV. Some of that stuff's not bad. It's been raining here too, Mary. We had terrible storms in Indianapolis. We've got like 70, I don't know what it said. A ridiculous 74-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah. And 3,000 people are still without electricity in Indy. So I'm actually on the edge of Indianapolis. So pretty bad winds, 74 mile an hour. That's like, and I think the umbrella's up in our backyard. It's probably gone. I have found these umbrellas in other people's yards before. I used to have 3 matching umbrellas and one got torn up. So now I have the 2 matching ones on the long. I have this table. Thad built me a really long picnic table. I call it the Last Supper table. But I have one at each end of that because I figure the matching ones should be together. And then the third one I have out back at that table by where we grill. Because that has to be close to the kitchen. He doesn't want to be grilling on the side patio. He wants to be right by the kitchen door where he can go in and get dishes and utensils and spices, and because he is the grill master. Copper compression socks? Huh. Never heard of those. You're in what's ID? Idaho? Mary's got potatoes. Well, ladies, I'm going to go. I have to wash my bowl out before all this gets dried in there. And I have to go jump in the shower because I'm pushing it. At least I don't have to wash my hair. But I'm excited to come back in the morning. All my stuff will be dry. Everything I made earlier. I still haven't finished putting those links down, so I got to do that, and then I got to get to work. So thanks for coming by. I now have some documented soup. I'm going to start a separate channel for Thad's Creations. Indiana? I'm in Indiana. Oh, you lived in Logansport. Oh, it said ID instead. Indiana's IN. Yeah, that's okay, Mary. Oh, you did live in Logansport? Well, that's cool. That's a ways from me, but it's still, you were a Hoosier. A Hoosier. Are you still in Indiana? You said lived, past tense. So are you still a Hoosier, Mary? What? What? I missed it. I missed that reference. I don't know if. Oh, Lordy. I gotta get my act together. Well, ladies, that's it for me. I'm sure I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll be back on with, hopefully I can record some results of my final creations and how everything turned out. So Oh, your brother lived in Logansport, Indiana. Oh. Well, you could be a Butterfinger, or it could just be that soap is indeed slippery when wet, like Bon Jovi said. So now that song's going to be stuck in my head. So thanks for coming in, ladies. Have a good evening. I gotta go make the donuts. So time to make the donuts. So thank you again for coming in, and everybody have a good night. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. Oh, I'm sorry. My condolences. Alrighty. Well, good night, everyone. Thanks again for coming. Let's see who it says. What does it say here? Good night, Denise. Good night, Mary. I don't know who else is here because they're quiet. I think Lisa might be listening, but she shouldn't be watching. All right. And I'll look at them when I have my break or anytime I'm pausing to wait for a patient. Because, when you wake people up during the night, what they say when it's time for a treatment or a shot or any kind of whatever, a pill, they go, oh, hang on, I got to go to the bathroom. So I always have that little 5 minutes in the hallway waiting till I, hear the door open so I can go back and do whatever I came to do. So I always tell them no rush. So that's when I'm looking at my phone, because what do? You stand in the hallway and do nothing. So, okay. So have a nice night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.